It's a red letter day here today. Hey, it says what? Thanks for stopping by my channel. It's a red letter day today. Why I say it's a red letter day is not only do I have my wired headphones, but I found both of my wireless headphones. 95% of the time I can't find any of my 3 headphones. So, yay me. I hope you guys will bear with me today. I want to take you back to when I first got really heavy into Dooney and Burke. I was chasing that dragon. I would order a Dooney bag, and before it was even delivered, I was searching for that next one. This was way back in the dark ages when there were these apps, Let Go and Offer Up. I don't even have them anymore. I've really pumped the brakes on my bag purchases. These are the kind of apps where you make someone puts something up for sale locally and you make arrangements to meet them somewhere. Money exchanges hands and then they give you the goods. Over the years, I think safe places to meet, like at police stations or places like that, have evolved, but back then this was all kind of new. And I saw this bag on one of those apps. It was this beautiful Dooney and Burke logo lock shoulder bag in suede. This is in the color charcoal. I don't have the picture any longer, but this bag was still wrapped in plastic on the strap, and it might have, the whole thing might have been wrapped in plastic, I don't remember. But it was listed for $50, and like I said, it was listed local to me. Now this bag at that time was still on QVC for maybe close to $300. I don't remember the price either, sorry. At that time, the Dooney price tags on QVC didn't have the price, but if you bought the bag someplace else, it had the price. Now Dooney doesn't put the price on their tags. QVC had this with some accessories included. Since it was still wrapped up, I didn't know if I would get the accessories. I made the arrangements to meet up with the seller. She asked me if I would meet at a restaurant, which I thought was a good idea. You know, there'd be people around. So I drove about 30 miles to the meetup, and I got there early, and the restaurant was closed. And that started to worry me a little bit because it was kind of in an out of the way area, and I'm starting to rethink my life choices at that time. I ended up, I think I had $100 in cash on me. So I took 50 out of my wallet and hid it in the back of my car, and I just kept the $50 with me that she was asking for this bag, and then I waited. Luckily for me, it all worked out fine. It was a young lady that turned out she lived near that restaurant, and she walked up with the bag. I started to ask her why she was selling it. I don't know if I was going to try to convince her to take 100, but she didn't want any conversation, and she just took the money you know, gave me the bag and took the money. Who knows, maybe she was just as afraid to meet me as I was to meet her. But I have a feeling, since the price tag wasn't on the bag, she didn't have any idea what she had or how much it was worth, because like I say, this bag, this was in the summertime, I remember that. And you know, it's a suede bag, and it was pretty popular on QVC a few months earlier, you know, in the winter months. But I, you know, drove off, got it home, opened it up, and it was brand new, still looks brand new. And lo and behold, it had the accessories included. This beautiful large frame kiss lock, which I still have the stuffing that was in it, and the keychain was also in it. This is really nice with the leather credit card slots on each side. I think I really made out for 50 bucks. What do you think? This is the larger size Ligo Lick shoulder bag. I looked at the measurements. Dooney still has a Ligo Lick shoulder bag on both I Love Dooney and the Dooney and Burke site, but the measurements that they list are smaller than this one. I measured it as 12 inches long. It's 12 inches high, but you can see it has quite a slouch. And then it's 5 inches deep from seam to seam here on the bottom. And then with this slouch, it has like an 11.5-inch shoulder drop. I think it's visually smaller than the all leather shoulder bags that were on QVC at the time, because I think with the suede and then this contrasting leather strap and then the bumpers, it looks, like I said, visually smaller than if it was all one color. But the Ligo Lick has a reversible lock closure. There it is with the Dooney and Burke text logo. And then you can easily switch it to the duck logo. It has feet on the bottom. I like the sleek look of the strap. I've actually been using this bag the last day or so. And then it has a really nice wide opening. And this one has the red interior. Oh, a word of warning. If you look on the resale market, you might see a lot of these with the lock broken. I think Dooney would repair them, but I just try to be really careful when opening it. I don't whip it out onto a table or anything. I try to tuck it back into the bag when I open it. It has kind of a unique setup for the Ligo Licks in that it has 3 slip pockets on the front wall, and one of mine has a snap closure, so that might give you an idea of how old it is. And then while it has a slip and a zip pocket, if you watch the old QVC videos, they would always say that that pocket was gusseted to accommodate that large frame kiss purse, like it was a kangaroo pocket there. That zipper pocket is really long. It goes pretty much to the bottom of the bag. hard time showing you, but almost the full width of the bag as well. And I like how they continued that suede and folded it over all the way across the top. So when the bag is closed, all you see is the suede. You don't see any of the red interior. I think that's a really nice touch. Fits easily over my shoulder. And I tend to kind of put it behind me like that, and it stays on my shoulder. This is what it looks like. For accessories, I'm still using my Doodle wallet. This is a large zip around wallet. But I think my caramel pieces would look really nice with it too, or my natural Florentine. But for now, I'm using this as my catch-all. It has everything I need in it. Hand sanitizer, makeup, Kleenex, a little notebook and pen, a mask, some gloves, you know. So that's my story time of the time I didn't get got. Let me know what you think. Would you meet a stranger in an unlit parking lot of a closed restaurant to snag a deal for 50 bucks? Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Now, you know I love ducks, and I would normally prefer the duck, but for some reason on this one, I prefer the black text logo. Which do you like better? Text logo or the duck? Now that I'm looking at it, that duck looks pretty cute too. Okay, that's really it this time. Thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.